Welcome back to the channel, y'all, man. Today we're talking about the Pelicans. Huge win against the Phoenix Suns last night. Probably the best win of the season, as I tweeted on my Twitter account at the Boot Tragedies. Y'all go follow that if you're not following that. But, man, huge win. Great leadership. The big three showed up. Well, the big three as of now. Big Val, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, they all showed up. They all played well. Off night by Herb Jones, but he's a rookie. Those things are going to happen. I'm just glad they got that win. It's a huge win. They're trying to get in this play-in game. They're trying to stay in these top 10 seeds. And I think they will. Hopefully they get a better seed. Hopefully they get a top 8 seed, man, so they only have to win one game and things like that. But as of right now, the Pels are looking good, man. I almost said the Saints. That's how much Saints news I've been covering as of late. I mean, if you just look at the box score, Brandon Ingram, 28 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Valanciunas, 18 points, 17 rebounds. Absolute stud day from him. Jackson Hayes, who got the start, got in foul trouble early, still finished with 9.6 rebounds. CJ McCollum, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Just a great day from him. Devontae Graham, 11 points, 2 assists off the bench. I think that's the perfect role from him. Also, Garrett Temple found his perfect role because he's not playing. He's out of rotation. That's a real good role for him to be in right now because he honestly does not need to be on that court. Great leader, great locker room guy. Keep it at that. So, man, as the Saints shook up the rotation. Tony Snell got 25 minutes last night. He hit 3 threes. Hopefully he can keep that going. Just taking a peek at the standings right now, man. The Pelicans they're 12th right now. They're tied for 11th right now. They're only one game back out of that 10 seed, which is Portland right now. They're one game back of them. Portland has lost Nurkic for about a month, which is basically the rest of the year. They're tied with the Spurs right now, who's been up and down. The Kings are right under us, and that's about it. That's the 4 teams fighting for that 10 spot. Excuse me. The Lakers at 9, the Clippers at 8. We're only 3.5 games, from the Lakers. 5.5 games from the Clippers from the AC, so that's gonna be a stretch to go get them. But because they're playing about 500 basketball for that 8 spot, and Pels are, I think, 12 games under 500. So that'll be a tough thing to do to go get the Clippers, in that 8 spot. But that 9-10 spot, very, very open. Hopefully we can get one of those spots, man. Have to just win a couple games to get back in this thing. We're basically one game outside of that 10 spot, like I said. And, man, they just have to get hot. They have to get going. Obviously, it's no Zion. Obviously, that's the big thing this year. It's no Zion. But we got to approach this season like it's not going to be a Zion this year. If he plays, he plays. If he doesn't, he doesn't. All the news of him not wanting to be here, him not talking to people and all those things, I didn't talk about it because, man, you never know. Until I hear it from his mouth, I don't care about the rumors and things like that. But I do want to give out to shout out to CJ McCollum, man. He's came in. He's been everything and more of what the Pels needed, man. See, the Pels have always had a good locker room guy, good things like they're these older guys, but they've never had one that could play, if that makes sense. Probably since Chris Paul, honestly. We've never had a good guy in the locker room where he's going to come in, know what to do and things like that, but also be able to ball on the basketball court. See, it's different when a guy like Garrett Temple, no offense to Garrett Temple, but if he's saying these things, do this, do that, teaching these kids how to be pros in the NBA, yeah, it's good, but if he can't really play anymore, then it doesn't hit the same. But CJ McCollum coming in and preaching these things and balling on the court, I think that's a big plus for the Pels. He's obviously been a great addition, man. And I'm going to just check out this schedule for the rest of the way because it's going to be some games that they're going to have to win, coming up. They play the Lakers. That's a huge game coming up. They play the Lakers and Sacramento those next 2 games. That are huge implications for that play-in game. They're going to want to win at least one of those games. If they can win both of them, that'll be big. And the schedule kind of gets hard. Utah, Denver, Memphis, back-to-back. It's going to be challenging for them. After that, it gets easier. They go Orlando, Charlotte, Houston, Phoenix, San Antonio, things like that. Not going to go through the whole schedule because no one wants to go through the whole schedule. But they're going to have to win these games, man. If they can go pick 500 or above 500 in these last 20-plus games or so, I think they'll have a great shot of getting in, this play-in game. So hopefully they do it, man. Like I said, with or without Zion, this team is good enough to make the playoffs. That should be the goal this year. Get in the playoffs and make some noise, man. I think the NBA is wide open this year. Nobody's shown me in the West that they're the number one dog. So we'll see what happens with the Pels. Hopefully they can get in this playoff or at least get in the play-in game, man. In the play-in game, if you got Val, CJ, and B.I., I think you can win one game. That's just me. I think that's good enough talent on that team that you can win at least one game, and we'll see what they do, man. But shout out to the Pels. They're moving to be a lot more Pels content now that football is over. I say once the Super Bowl ended, basketball content was coming, and yeah, It's here now. So this is the Boot Tragedies once again, and I'm out.